Welcome to another business technology tutorial for insurance agents. This is Eric Richardson, and I've created these to help you out. Welcome to today's business technology class, Scanning and Faxing from a Smartphone. This is a very useful thing to know in business because you can eliminate the need for a fax machine, ink, and paper. You don't have to go back to your office to have to fax. You can fax right on the spot if you want to get those forms in to help your clients. This is great technology. You can file your faxes digitally. You can receive faxes even, and you don't have to have a fax machine. So we'll get into this. The first couple apps you're going to need work with both Android and Apple. So the first thing is a card scanning application. This allows you to scan business cards directly into contacts. Very helpful. We're going to get into that a little bit more here in a second. The other thing we want to talk about is scanning software, whether it's CamScan or Scannable. But for today's purposes, we're going to use one called CamScanner. I recommend you pay the $5 to $10 for the full version of whatever scanning program you get. It'll have something similar to this, kind of your digital file cabinet, where you can keep track of all your different documents. That's a beautiful way to organize your documents there. They call them tags. Here, right now, we're in Aflac Faxes. I work for an insurance company called Aflac. You might have heard of the duck. And I can store the faxes I've sent. And so then when I want to send a new one, just click on the little camera button, and it brings up your camera. But here's the magic part of it. When you pick your document, we got a 4-page change form here, very common document I have to send in. You pick it and try to have a dark background. Pull the camera high enough up that you can see the whole page, and don't worry about the shadow. I wanted to purposely leave that here. The program automatically found the edges. We like that. And now we click our little check mark, and watch this. It will crop it for you and get rid of the 99% of that shadow, almost like a photocopy. All right, and there's some options. You could do the auto setting, which is kind of what's on. This is what the original looked like. If you had a document you need to lighten up or darken, those are other options out there. When you're done and you like it, just click the check mark again. There's some other options if you wanted to do some character recognition or redo it if you didn't like the image. And it starts our 1 page out of our 4. We're going to add another one. This is still single mode. If we wanted to do batch mode, you could put that batch mode on, and you could just bang, 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 hit them all at a time, just take those pictures, and it would just make one big group of 4 pages. But I want to show you a little bit more about the intricacies of this individual mode. Now, if it wasn't quite rectangular the way you took it, this program will automatically correct that and straighten that page out for you. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long. And something to keep in mind when you're digitizing documents with clients' sensitive information, use some sort of encryption software to protect it. Sukasa is a program that works with Dropbox or Google Drive that is HIPAA compliant. So those are some things you can look into. We'll have another tutorial on that later. All right, so now we've got our 3rd page here. That looked pretty good. And let's add our final and 4th page. It'll actually populate that too, but you can always put that in your notes. All right, here's our 4th page. So now we're ready to send this. So in the top, there's a little icon that says PDF. We click on that, and it's going to give us an option to link it to one of the other apps on the phone. In this one, we're going to use a program called Ring Central Fax. This is a premier faxing service. It runs about $10 a month or $100 a year, but it's one of the top ones out there. I really like it. I've used it for 2 years, and you get a permanent faxing number that people can send faxes to you, and you can send faxes out. It does link to your contacts. So here's our fax. There you can scroll through it and make sure it looked good. Click somewhere on the page, and it brings up this little icon on the top, which is your new fax button. Click on that, and then you can type in either a direct fax number, or if you want to, if you have your contacts linked like I do, type in your contacts. So we're going to say Aflac New Business. Send it to the duck. All right, and then we're going to check our cover page. It already has my basic information, but I want to put some notes that are for this one. So we'll say, hey, this is from Eric Richardson. Oops. I'll put in my insurance writing number if I want to. And then you could put in attention to somebody particular, or maybe a policy number would be good. And then whatever other information is pertinent. All right. And at this point, you can then either add or take away and add more document pages or attachments to send. Okay, and then when we're done with this, we can then send this, and this would go on to that particular, it'll send it out for you, and you don't have to do anything else, and it will send you a confirmation that it's been sent, and you'll get it by text or email, or both if you choose that. Okay, and now we see it says that fax was sent, and now we'll look at CamCard, a sister application so here in CamCard, we're going to take a picture of our card, just use the camera button, just line up the card within the little square, or rectangular as we call it, and as soon as it's in focus, take a picture, and just like Cam Scanner, it's going to digitize it, make it white, get rid of shadowing, and it automatically, magically takes all that information and populates it into the contact fields. You can quickly scroll through it to make sure it's correct, sometimes a little funny, and it keeps a picture of the card with it. Save that, and that is your contact. That's thrown into my Google Contacts now, and it's there permanently. It's great. It makes it so easy to put people's information into contacts. And that concludes our tutorial on scanning software for business. I hope you see that a smartphone can be a great scanning and faxing machine, and that you'll have to save some money on the paper and not have to worry about that so much. Don't be afraid of technology. It can help you out, practice, and you'll be better at it. And I hope you keep learning.